Hello again, I'm Shannon.
I'm Nikki, and this is part 2 of our Newbie Book Tag video.
Here at our booktube channel, Bottom of a Stairwell. So,
let's just get right into it.
Yeah, where'd we leave off?
We are number 6.
Question number 6, that's right. So, the question is, what would you ask your favorite booktubers? And... You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. Okay, so for me personally, I would be more like fangirling. I don't really have questions because a lot of them I've found have answered questions like how they started, how they do it. They are really cool for their fans and for the other people.
Yeah, I mean you guys really are pretty good about putting out videos, answering things like that.
Yeah. So I mean it was fangirling stuff because I love them. I love watching their videos. I love seeing what type of books they're interested in. But what I actually would be interested in for other booktubers is, okay, again, not any badness or anything and stuff, because I really enjoy it. I see a lot of like young adult or new adult being showcased and stuff, but I don't really see a lot of other genres. So I guess I was wondering, would you guys ever go to other genres? I know primarily you go for the young adult, but I know like Sasha Alsberg, she I think is going to be showcasing her more adult books. So I'm wondering as you guys are getting older if your interests are changing, if you're deciding to go from that, or if you're like, my sister, YA forever!
I mean, not to answer anybody's question for them, but I think part of it has to do with the age of the average YouTuber, This is kind of a young people's platform, just because it's what we're comfortable with and it's what we're used to. If you see the camera shaking, I'm sorry, my cat is like trying to crawl all over the thing that we have the camera set on. So, thanks for that. You're helpful.
Yeah.
He's now laying on his head like a weirdo. Okay, anyway. But yeah, for me specifically, I love YA. I'm going to read it until the day I die. I'm old enough to be a certified adult at this point, and I'll sit there in the Barnes & Noble, like, teen section and feel like a total creep and weirdo because I'm sitting there like, but I think that's, it's a solid question.
I mean, I don't know, like, I used to read YA, but it really wasn't, maybe, like, it wasn't as big or something when I was a little bit younger, and I'm younger than her or something, or maybe it was because, I really didn't have, like, the money to go to Borders, Brooks, Mallory, Barnes & Noble, all the big old bookstores and stuff to get it, and it wasn't really as popular.
Yeah, I don't think that's, it definitely wasn't, so the library didn't have nearly as much of it, and people, I think a lot of that, too, is that people didn't write nearly as much of it because it was seen as, like, a lesser genre, like, oh, well, that's not a serious genre, that's just...
So I guess I gravitate towards other, genres and stuff, but to be quite honest, honestly, drop the LY, I mean, she has tons of YA, and hopefully you guys like, subscribe, you want to do it, and stuff, comment about doing a bookshelf tour, and you'll see how much books she has.
That would be a task.
But, I mean, I'm actually getting more into it because of her. Okay, that it was really not a question.
Yeah, I don't think you answered that. No. I think, for me, to answer it, I think more than any sort of question stuff, I would just want to ask you about the technicalities of this. How do you balance going to school and working a job and still manage to find time to put out good original content that people like and want to watch? How do you make this work and do it so well? Because I see all of these YouTubers who manage to upload all the time, and I'm just like, how? And on top of it, it's one of those things where you have to actually read to be able to make videos. So how do you find the time to do all of that? And then, specifics, like, can you teach me how to be better at editing videos? Because clearly, you'll see, watch a couple, and you'll see that I'm very not so good at it. Hey, I'm learning. I'm trying to work,
This is the beginning. You gotta give us some leeway. After about a year, you can be all like, no, you suck at it.
Yeah, but by then, I would hope and like to think that I'll have it figured out. But beyond that, I guess, just where do you get your ideas and your inspiration from for making videos? And I guess how do you stick to this and make yourself do it, you know?
I guess so.
I think that's about it, you know, and then from there, mostly I would just want to fangirl over the series that we love together, you know.
So
who doesn't?
Yeah, I guess so. So number 7 are about the challenges will you have to overcome with this channel, and she kind of made a point about, you know, how you do it and stuff.
Yeah, how you stick to it, and with the determination, because...
For me, like, I don't have to worry about, like, oh, not reading or something, or not having enough reading
because you read like a crazy person.
But the actually sitting down, doing the video,
and
editing
filming
the video,
them,
and
and
filming
making the time to actually
do it.
Make your videos.
So, I'm gonna have 3 words: motivation, perseverance, and commitment, which are kind of like intertwined, I guess. But those are the 3
But
challenges.
no, I think that's totally fair, because I think probably the biggest challenge that we'll face to doing this channel is sitting down and actually doing it, you know? Because I can't imagine it's easy to always find time to do this, but I think passion helps with that, and we're really passionate about this, and you know, we hope that it works out, and even if it doesn't, I'm gonna keep doing it anyway, because this is fun for me, and I know it's fun for you, and it's a fun thing to do together. So I think hopefully passion will help with that.
I mean, you put me in front of a camera and you asked me to talk about books. I'm going to be here for like 3 hours. And then I'm going to take a coffee break, come back, and talk for 3 more hours.
I very well could talk about stuff like this for hours on end, you know?
We do. We actually do. We go out.
We have conversations all the time about books with each other, you know, so why not?
Yeah. It's like we go out, we read.
Share that with other people.
And stuff. We do lots of stuff like that. Okay.
Question number 8. Number 8, not 7. When did you start reading? And I think we sort of covered this in our other video, but I mean, I'll briefly reiterate. I've been reading as long as I can remember. I can't remember a time when I wasn't reading. Now, that said, I went through a reading slump in my early/mid-20s where I kind of fell away from reading because things had just happened in my life and I didn't really get to. So now that I'm full force into it again, I'm really, really enjoying it. But yeah, I've always been reading. When we were kids, we read so much. I read to you before you could read, and then once you could read, you know, we read all the time. We hung out at the library all the time. I mean, I remember Mom had this rule, you remember, about how when we were supposed to go to sleep, we could stay up. We were allowed to stay up, but only if we were reading. You know, so things like that. She treated reading like this magical, amazing thing. So she fostered this wild love of reading in us and just created really literary children, you know, so...
Yeah, I mean, kind of the same, yeah. I mean, growing up, I had a really bad, like, not stutter, but really bad speech impediment. I was in speech therapy and seeing speech pathologists until I was, like, 8th grade. I couldn't really talk well until I was about 3, so I didn't want to say, like, I was made fun of or something, because I feel like everybody, you know, everybody was, like, bullied a little bit, you know, it's like, it's a thing, it happens, yeah. It still doesn't make it okay, and it still hurts you and stuff when you think about it, but I feel like if I'm like, oh, I was the only one that's bullied, no. Everybody is at some point in their life, but
it still affects you.
It still really affects me, but it was surrounding my speech, and so I didn't really like talking to people when I was in school. I was always reading, and then when I was at home, because our mother encouraged us to read, and after school we'd go to the library and we'd be there for like a couple of hours because that's what we had to do. If our mom was working, we would, you know, hang out in the library, and it just fostered and fostered and fostered our love of reading. And then even at home, I can't really say enough about our mother and how she impacted us reading, because...
She really did. She made reading this fun, beautiful, amazing thing that we wanted to do, that we enjoy doing, that we really just love through and through.
Even watching movies, because we love movies as well, but even watching movies growing up, we watched, you know, classic movies. We watched a lot of foreign movies with subtitles. You know, so growing up when you're 8 and 9 and stuff, and like,
and you have to read subtitles to watch Blue, White, and Red.
Now,
you know.
It's actually almost weird for at least me, I think maybe even you a little bit, to watch something without subtitles and not read like letters and words on the screen.
If it's a foreign film, I cannot watch it dubbed. That irritates me because I feel like artistically it's not the same. I want to watch the artist's vision.
Yeah.
You know, in the way it was intended. So I don't like dubbing for that reason. So I'd rather have subtitles. And then a lot of the times, mostly just because I'm like kind of deaf, I guess. Not really, but kind of. I put subtitles on. I put subtitles on regular shows because I don't know. I just like seeing the words as they. I just like words. I just like words. Okay.
Yeah, it helps me sometimes.
I like words so much that I used to read the dictionary as a child.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you did.
I really did.
Yeah.
I still do.
Although I read a book about the creation of in the history of the Oxford English Dictionary. And about this madman professor.
I kind of want to read that.
It's amazing.
Because I really do have,
it's amazing. This dude put,
strange
so
love.
much... No, it was amazing. This dude put, so much into the Oxford English Dictionary and stuff. And the dude was, this crazy professor that in the end, he, castrated. He did, self-mutilation and castrated himself. And you're like, what the hell?
Well, this video has officially gone off the rails. We're...
Okay, number 9.
Gonna get to question number 9 now.
Number 9, yeah.
Where do you read?
I'm taking this one. I'm taking it.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, it's mine. Everywhere.
True. Everywhere.
In bed. Well, because we live in an urban place, so waiting for the bus, waiting for the train, waiting...
On the bus.
On the bus.
On the train.
Yeah.
At work, you know, because it's my lunch break, and I can get a, you know.
At home in the bathroom. I find it even weird. It takes me 5 minutes to find a book I want to read just so I can go pee. It's
just so you
ridiculous.
can go to the bathroom.
It's ridiculous. Well, I need a book. I gotta pee.
While walking down the street, while walking the animals, take the cat for a walk, read a book while you're doing it, you know.
Now people are like, how can you read and walk? I'm
it's not hard.
Years of practice. I have gotten hit in the
Look
face.
Look at every kid who reads and texts. Wow. Look at every kid who texts and walks down the street and just has their face on their phone. It's the same thing, except it's a book. It's better for your mind, you know. And well, I mean, depending upon the conversation you're having, I would say usually more interesting.
Yeah, with us, at least, when we're at restaurants, if we go out to eat together or something, and we have, a sister night.
We will. While we're waiting for our food, we'll read, too.
Yeah, because I'm I don't care. Anyways.
And we both want to read.
Yes. So
I've read the shower. I've read in the shower, straight up in the shower.
I'm a bathtub reader, but I haven't found a good bathtub to read in. But, everywhere. So, next question,
everywhere.
Number 10.
Question 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I would say for me, YA most definitely. Now that said, I will read anything. I don't specifically restrict myself, I only read YA. I will read anything so long as it interests me, but I find that primarily the things that tend to interest me happen to fall within the genre of YA. That said, I have a couple of subgenres that I really gravitate towards. The first being fantasy, obviously, because fantasy's amazing, you know? Who wouldn't want to explore alternate realities and universes and read about dragons and magic? It's so cool. Come on. We all read Harry Potter and we love that for a reason. Fantasy. Okay. Enough said. And then I really like post-apocalyptic, dystopic. Basically, just the world is all kinds of messed up sort of stuff. Dystopias, it's just one thing that I can never get enough of. And, you know, I know dystopias, kind of exploded and became, the it genre. But I was into them well before then, and I was so happy to see them explode and become, the it thing, because I don't care how tropey it is. I just cannot get enough. I cannot get enough. And then the third type of YA that I really, really like, and and it's hard for me to name it, I guess. I guess it would be called contemporary realistic fiction, but it's specifically about teens who have issues or something that they have to overcome or a traumatic thing that happens to them.
Realistic, too.
Yeah, but they're realistic, you know, so like a girl who gets abused or somebody who has an eating disorder or someone who's in a really bad car accident and their friend dies but they live and they have to learn how to deal with that, or like, you know, things like that. Like,
I have a different name for it.
Don't you even start with
Get
your...
into it later.
Don't you even start with your, you like Lifetime. It's
like,
true,
it's like
though.
the Lifetime of, like, YA books.
It's true, though, it is, except they're actually good and,
but Lifetime,
you know,
oh my god,
bad
Lifetime,
acting.
if you don't take, the bad acting sometimes.
Yeah, like, if
it's
those were good actors, they would be really good stories.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. Okay?
I love it, you know, like, I remember I read Speak by Laurie Hall Sanderson when I was in 8th grade, and ever since then, I have loved those kind of books, like, loved. So, and actually, in my next video, I will get into one of those specific books, All the Right Places, and we'll go to town, but not right now.
For me, it can range, I have 3 primary ones, but again, a little bit of everything
All
here
over.
and there, but it's romance, and I'll get into the different subcategories and subgenres of romance.
Lot.
There really are.
There are a
and there's
ton.
some I like and some I don't like, and I'll go from there. And then manga as well, again, subgenres and stuff. Ones I like, ones I don't like. But again, just because I say I don't like it, I mean, I don't like the genre, like, in general. It doesn't mean I haven't read it or that I just don't like certain ones from the genre, but I tend to not like it as a whole. Like shoujo, and the girl-boy romance genres.
But there's rules to every exception. There's still great mangas within that.
I'll get on that in a
But in
later
general,
video.
it's not, yeah.
And then the other one is nonfiction. And nonfiction, it goes to 2. It goes to history, and it goes to, like, film history, and just plain history, as well as micro history, when they focus on one, like, object or thing. Like, you got codfish, diamonds, salt, corpses, bananas, you know, everything. You can have motorcycles and stuff. I really love microhistories. But again, exceptions to every rule, and the generic, I really like to read everything if it agrees with me, and if I just find it interesting. I'll read books that I didn't even realize I might have liked, and then I'm like, this is amazing! But that's for me. But again, I read so much that I would rather go and talk about it more in a separate video. But that is all for us. This has been our Newbie Book Tag.
That is a little difficult to say.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed it and got to learn a little about us. I would like to say that this will kind of give you a window into what to expect for our channel, but honestly, it's kind of going to be all over the place, you know, but in a good way.
You're going to get more videos, hopefully.
Hopefully a ton more videos about all kinds of different stuff, but I hope you guys liked our video and you got to learn a little about us. Feel free to comment with any additional questions, because if there's anything else that you guys want to know, you know, we'll make a list, and then at some point we'll do a questions video if we get enough questions. And I think that would be really fun.
So remember, like, subscribe, and don't forget to go to our Twitter. Okay?
Yes.
Twitter.
Check out our Twitter. But only if you want to.
Yes. Only if you don't, fine. Forget you guys. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.